Tuesday. That means it's time for Be Blessed with Cami Jenkins. Take a look.
Today's topic is mom guilt. So I have Kelly, Gretchen, and Christina with me. Do you guys ever experience mom guilt? Please tell me you do.
I think everyone
I'm not the only one,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
I think even right now in our society, with us having Instagram and so much on social media, that we get to see a lot of people's perfect pictures where you're like, oh wow, she's like just the best mom ever. Look at all the stuff she did. She baked and she did this with her. And I'm like, oh, I want to be just like them.
I can't even live up to my own Instagram pictures. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, I definitely went through that with some of the stuff where I would watch some of the moms who were always baking with their kids, and I was like, I want to be that mom that teaches my kids all those things. And when I go to bake with my kids, it's like an 8-hour process. And I'm like, wow, they make it look effortless.
It's a huge mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've definitely felt it, and I think that especially if you look too much at other moms, you don't walk in what God has for your family. And I think I've learned as I've gotten older how to balance and figure out how to be purposeful, what really matters, so that I don't get into that mom guilt.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, it's okay that they're succeeding there. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do what God's called me to do well.
Right.
And to not dwell on those thoughts.
Yeah.
I really identify with what you're saying, because I had lots of littles at one time, and so when you'd see all these pictures of everybody doing all these activities with their kids and stuff, I was like, I want to do that too, but it looked picture perfect. And so I didn't recognize that yet, that it's not completely real. So I was wanting to do read-alouds with my kids, and so we would sit down and I'd pick this classic book, and I'm like, all right, everybody. Start to read, and then they would fight and argue, and then it did not end up looking like the picture that I saw on Instagram, and I was disappointed, you know, but you know, that was just a season, and I had too much expectation on them, and so now they're grown, and now they can sit down and listen to a story and color while I do it. So yeah, and I was experiencing so much more mom guilt than was even necessary, you know. So
we put those expectations on ourselves. Sometimes it doesn't come from anywhere else but me.
Absolutely.
Well, I think sometimes with mom guilt, you're thinking, if I do this, then everything will be perfect. And most of the time, you just have to find exactly what is right for your family, instead of going, well, should I be like them? Should I do this?
Right.
Yeah. I think we also have to be careful not to put guilt on ourselves when we want to do something for ourselves.
Yes.
I mean, get your nails done, take a night with your husband, or go out with friends, have some coffee. Do something for yourself to refresh your soul so that you can be even better the next day. I think that's really important.
I used to feel bad when I'd leave for a run. You know, my husband had to watch the kids, but I'm like, wait a minute, I need this so that I will be sane at home, you know? And
absolutely.
he got into that groove as much as I did, and he knew that was good for me.
Yeah, that's awesome that he's very supportive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the verse that I come to when we talk about mom guilt is 2 Corinthians 12:9. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast with all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. So I do have a lot of weaknesses, and some days I do better than other days. And some days I rock it, but more often than not, there's a lot of things that I wish had gone differently during that day. And so that's why I love this, that, you know, Christ made us, he knows our weaknesses, but he has grace over my kids and over me, right? And that really lifts me up.
Yeah, that's awesome. It even goes on to say that I will boast more gladly of my weaknesses, so that Christ may shine through.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I love it. So no more mom guilt. Be blessed.
Well, Jer, neither one of us are a mother.
No, well, I was just going to say, what about dad guilt?
No, I was going to say, I was going to bring that up to you, too, because people do have guilt when they leave their pets too long, or, so talk about that. I mean,
I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I'll be honest with you. Before I had pets, I had a long time in my life as an adult. I never had a pet until like 8 years ago. And I had friends who had a dog. And every time we said, go out with us, like, oh no, we have to go home to the dogs. And I go,
get that.
I didn't get it, and I judged them, I'll be honest. I did judge them, and I feel horrible for that. Now that I have dogs,
you get it.
I get it. I can only imagine what that's like with a human child, leaving them, the
absolutely.
guilt. But I do, like, as soon as I get off work, the first thing I have to do is go home and let them go potty, because I always think, how would I feel if I was at home and couldn't go potty?
Right, exactly.
You know, I put my human emotions on them.
Well, I mean, unless we're in someone's shoes or we've experienced what they have, we can't really relate. So it is important not to judge people. And I have guilt for not having time with my family, as much time as I want, or my friends, because of a work schedule and things that have to get done. You know, I feel bad about that too.
I think we should not feel guilty anymore.
Well,
I just think we should. It's easier said than done.
It doesn't do any good.
It doesn't.
No, it really doesn't.
Well, that's what my mom says about worrying. She goes, it says in the Bible, don't worry. So I'm a worrier all the time. And that's one thing I need to work on.
Yeah, be anxious for nothing. That's one of my favorite verses. Yeah.
Like, again, easier said than done. That's something you need to really pray hard on if that's an issue like it is with me.
Yeah,
so.
You have to work on it. It doesn't come easy.
I know. And I'm always thinking about my dogs at home missing me.
They don't miss you. No, I'm teasing. They're always glad to see you, but at least they have each other.
Yes, that's why I have multiple dogs and multiple cats. Yeah. They keep each other company.
They have each other.
Yes.
Put a camera in. I want to see what goes on there when you're not
That
home.
would be the best animal reality show.
So good.
I would probably
Maybe
hate to
those
see
cats are saying, I'll tell you what, you dogs, I'm going to get you while Jeremy's gone.
It's true.
Or maybe they just go hide. I don't know.
All right, coming up, it's our morning sports report. Don't go anywhere. Ozarks Fox AM will be right back.
We will. Wasn't that music great?
That music was fantastic.
So
I like the